Welcome to this very exciting episode of Entrepreneurs Lounge. And as usual, we're shooting at Dotage Home and Exclusive Furniture in Westlands on Parklands Road. Now, I'm very, very excited about today's episode because my first guest is all about all things beautiful and glamorous. And through all things beautiful and glamorous, she was announced Business Daily's Top 40 Under 40 in the year 2015. My next guest is none other than Director of Makeup by Rose, Rose Ntongondu. You're very welcome to the show, Rose.
Thank you for having me.
Which girl doesn't like makeup? I'm sure everyone's going to love this show. So Makeup by Rose, tell me about your company.
So I started my business 12 years ago. I'm from Meru, and I grew up watching my sister, my big sister. She had a salon back in Maua, my hometown. So I loved just the after. You see the way a woman comes in, her hair is not done, and then the after. So for me, I love the face. So I decided to, before I didn't know what to do, I started with hair and nails and everything, and then decided to just stick to the face, and I love it. It's been 12 years now, almost 13.
Away from just like obviously seeing that whole situation where a woman walks in looking some way, walks out looking another way and very, very confident, at what point did you decide, I want to do this as a business?
When I was in 34.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I come from a long line of business women. My mom, my sister, I have my younger sister also. So I love everything that empowers women. So I use makeup and beauty as a way to empower women. People don't understand it when I say that, but for me, makeup is more than, like brushes and foundations and stuff like that. It's a way of life. It's a way to give women confidence. You see, when a woman has, not everyone has eyebrows. So if a woman comes to me and I give them eyebrows, they leave feeling confident and like they can face the world. That's the same way I feel when I wear makeup. So for me, I decided this a long time ago when I was in primary school, and I didn't really know what it meant. But as the years went by, I knew it was a calling from God.
So from Standard 4, when you knew to finally getting that first client, because in Standard 4, no one's going to trust you enough and say, here, do my face and I'll pay you for it. So from that journey back when you knew for a fact, this is what I want to do, to actually materializing that into your first client, how did that happen? Talk to me about now finally that one day where you did this face or you did, and then that exchange of money happened.
So this was like 12 years ago.
Okay.
And actually it wasn't a really, really good experience because number one, as a makeup artist, what I've realized in the beauty industry, it's like a makeup artist is like wine. You mature with time. Like when you start, you're really good, but as the years go by, you actually get it. Like I remember my first job was a wedding. It was big. It was a wedding. I did like 11 people. And now I didn't have proper product knowledge. So I used the wrong foundation, and I remember like
on
by
someone's
the time,
wedding,
oh my God,
Rose.
yeah. No, it was not like fake, but
it was off, it
melted.
mismatched.
It melted all over the bride's dress. I was in so much trouble. I remember crying, and the bride was like, "You'll never work anywhere in Nairobi again." It was my first job. I actually quit for like a few months.
How old were you? Pretty young.
I have to do the math.
It's okay.
Yeah, but it was like in business, I was pretty young. It was my first gig, and I felt like a failure. I remember calling my mom, and I'm like, "Mama, I don't think I can do this. I need to come back home."
So now, the makeup industry, you said you've been doing this for 12 years, which, let's be honest, that makes you a veteran in this industry. You're one of those people that started it out. So talk to me about the industry from when you started out to when you're seeing it right now with all these other makeup artists crop up.
Yeah. So the industry...
The evolution, basically.
Yeah. Actually, right now, people have it really easy and good right now. When I started, people did not understand what a makeup artist was. Everyone knew a salon. Like I remember when I told my mom, I want to do makeup, she was like, you want to work in a salon? She did not get it. So my mom did not support me for so many years. I remember I had to go back to Meru for like a year and started selling charcoal. Because my mom was like, you're wasting time and my money in Nairobi, so just come back home, we figure out what you want to do. So my plan was to go back get some money and come back. You know, just my mom had been paying my rent for a long time. So I went and came back. And when I came back, the industry was pretty harsh. You know, number one, I'm a woman, so women hate on each other. So women, like I had not support, I was my own support system. Like I remember my younger sister really supported me, but in terms of like getting gigs and stuff, it was so hard. I remember like doing one gig and then getting another one in like 2 months.
Wow.
I needed to pay rent and stuff like that. I went back to doing like odd jobs. Like I remember I went to Korogosho and started selling onions and tomatoes, mtindwa in Buruburu. I have done all that. I started selling popcorn on the roadside and running away from city council. So that's how I survived. But the one thing that I've learned about this business, especially if you're a woman, you need to have guts. You need to have guts. Like when I started, there were like 3 makeup artists, like me and 2 others. But now there's so many people who starting just for the money. People don't understand it. The money comes after. You have to put in the work. Like for me, I believe I've paid my dues.
Right.
Like right now, at times I wake up and I'm like, I call her and I'm like, I'm not coming to work. I'm off. My phone off. I'm like, I actually even told her this morning, I have paid my dues. I've earned it. You know, like 12 years is a long time. And you know, 12 years, like right now, people, you have social media. Everything is super easy, you know. You have Facebook and Instagram. I can do makeup, put up my picture, you know, make like 5K or whatever. When I started, there was no Facebook. You know, like I actually was hawking my services, hawking myself. So I remember before, like getting really good jobs, I would walk around salons and like managers would chase me away.
Wow.
They're like, what are you doing here? We're not hiring. I'm like, I'm not looking for a job. I'm looking for a way to partner. They're like, you're too young. To partner in what? So I decided, let me just do it the professional way. I remember I would go to Posta, sit down with a pen and notebook. I would borrow transport like every day. So I was in so much debt, I can't even explain it to you. So I would note down like the 10 biggest salons in Nairobi. So I would call and be like, hi, my name is Rose. I'm a professional makeup artist. I would love to partner with you guys. You know, just the way my accent and I would just change everything. And then I didn't even have clothes to wear, like when they called me for a meeting. So I would call some friends who are my size and borrow clothes and shoes and then show up looking all professional. So I realized even the way you package yourself as a business person will determine how fast you grow.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Rose, umetoka mbali.
Sana.
Okay, but you mentioned an aspect that I feel like was very, very important. You mentioned that in this day and age, these makeup artists have it easy. They have social media. Social media will push their brand. They don't have too much work. However, as someone who started out, like you said, back then, 12 years ago, who didn't have the liberty of social media, would you say you've adapted to the current environment as it is? What role does social media play in pushing your brand, or how are you pushing your brand?
It's actually, social media is like my daily life now. You know, like when I started, it was just word of mouth, me walking around, giving my flyers and stuff like that, getting arrested. But now, everything, I'll work from my bed. Like, even when I don't go to the office, I do so much work from my bed. You know, just I post. Social media, I feel, is, everyone should use social media. I know most people stay away from like Facebook and Instagram because they say there's a lot of rot, but 90% is good. You know, if you know how to work it. I mean, ask yourself, who are you targeting on social media? Like young makeup artists. I see people, like even my students, I train more than 100. I run the first makeup school in Kenya. So I train more than 100 students per month. So at times, a part of the training is business, that I give them is business, like, and life skills, you know? And most of them are wasting so much time on social media instead of making money. You know, use it to make money. And then again, you ask yourself, why are you in this business? Are you here for the money, or is it, do you have passion? Because you will fail. If it's for the money, you will. If for me, it's been 12 years, a long time. Most people get tired. For me, I love it even more right now. You know, I'm falling more in love with my work every day. Yeah, it's like, yeah. For me, right now, I feel like I get paid to, it's like getting paid to have fun. I love, like every time someone sits on my chair to get their makeup done, for me, I get goosebumps every time. And I do.
It's exciting.
It's
12
so
years later.
exciting for me, yeah. Almost 13. You know, and people are like, when are you going to? I am not. I actually started a brand recently, and it's just, it's like another baby. You know, Makeup by Rose is my first baby, and then Ella Beauty is another baby. So for me, I keep growing every day, and I keep trying to help other young makeup artists grow. So social media, if you ask me, is vital for any business.
I was going to ask you about Ella Beauty, but now that you've brought it up right now, let's get right into it. Talk to me about Ella Beauty. I mean, you 12 years later, from, you know, pretty much hawking your services door to each salon, to finally growing into your brand, coming up with the first training school. coming up with your own line of beauty products. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel amazing. At times I wake up and then, you know the way like every business person, at times you feel like a failure, even now. At times you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I've not accomplished this and this and that. At times some weeks are harder than others, but these days I look in the mirror and I'm like, you know, you've done it.
You're doing great.
Yeah, I'm like, even when I have issues, I'm like, you know, I have actually done it. And I'm a woman. You know, for women it's harder. And you know, sorry to say, men make our lives hell, especially in business. Men
had
will
to
make
say
you
it.
feel like hell. Yeah, and at times you like. I remember when I just started my career, I was trying to get odd jobs. I remember going to a photo studio. So for me, I was looking for anything, you know, anything. So like that one, I was like, I can be a really good receptionist, you know. And then the guy was Chinese, and then he like, you don't have to work for me. Sleep with me, and I'll give you the money. I walked out crying. Called my mom, told her, and then I was like, you know what? I am building my business. I don't want to get employed. I was like, I am done. You know, at times, women don't get it. Women have so much power. You don't even, you know, you can do anything you want to, but you have to make the vow to not look back. Because there's so many hurdles, there's a lot of crap along the way. You just never look back. Just look forward.
Yeah. So Rose, you said it yourself. Your industry is also one that people don't fully understand.
Yes.
When you tell someone, I'm a makeup artist, people ask things like, is that even a real job? You said you even got opposition.
Do you survive?
Right? You said even your own mother didn't believe in the dream.
Yeah.
So my question is, like, when it comes to a field like yours, talent is very key. The skill, you have to know what you're doing. So how important is it to actually get a training, or is just passion and being good at it key? Like, what goes into the process of becoming a makeup artist? For example, like a young girl who's sitting at home right now watching this show and is so inspired by your story like I am right now, and they want to get into this. What is it important? Do they need to go to school? Do they just need to watch a YouTube tutorial? What do they need to do?
YouTube school doesn't work. That's what people don't understand. Unless, I know people that have made it through, but there's one thing that makeup artists or upcoming makeup artists need to understand. When it comes to, someone can have passion and really good at like eyebrows, but what look are you, like someone came up to me yesterday, last week, they needed a job. Then I was like, can you do makeup? She was like, I'm really good, I don't need training. So I told her to come with a model. She did the makeup. And then I was like, how long have you done this? She's like, I've been making money, not enough money, but I don't need training. I just need the job. So I asked her, so what have you just done? What's the look? She's like, look, I don't know. Look, I did makeup. People don't understand. There's different looks. Like there's over 9 different looks. So number one, you need to understand that. Like you need to deliver. When a client comes to you and says, I want a soft beat or simple glad, what is the client saying? If someone says, I have a birthday, what kind of makeup should you do? So again, you need to understand product. That's like the color cosmetics and the whole of makeup. Again, someone who is never gone to makeup school will never understand what I mean by color cosmetics. So there's so much, again, business. How do you market yourself? And if it's TV, how do you look for the job? How is TV makeup done? You need to understand it. If it's like office makeup, how do you do office makeup? The products, very important. There are so many people doing learn from YouTube using fake products on clients and charging a lot of money. So you need to there's so much that you need to go through at least a month training for you to be a professional makeup artist.
I like that, because then now people know. Because people think you'll just wake up, you can do your eyebrows perfectly, oh, I know how to line my eyes, and then you're good to go, but that's actually not the situation. Now, after being in this industry for over a decade, and you've mentioned this yourself, you've really gone through quite some things. I really, really want to know what your defining moment was. What was that big lesson? What has been your biggest lesson so far?
So for me, number one, I've realized it's been a long journey, but I thank God for the journey because I've learned a lot along the way. One thing I know is that God will never let you pass through something if He doesn't want you to get something out of it. So like for me, I've realized my potential. Like I can achieve anything.
Right.
Anything that I want to. I remember when I bought my first car, I bought it within a week. I remember, and I said to myself, you know, I work so hard. Why should I be walking and taking a matatu? And it's not bad to take a matatu, but I wanted to feel like So I put up adverts. Within a week, I was able to buy my first car, cash. I will never forget that. Now, my defining moment was when I remember working for The Nation newspaper. And it was a really big deal for me, for my name to be associated with such a big brand. But then I was not getting paid.
Yeah.
And then I realized there was a budget for that. You know, after so much, so I had done it for like a year for free. Every month, the landlord was on my door, putting a huge padlock. So I realized I could achieve anything I wanted to, and I did not need to go through some stuff for me to, you know, to be someone, or like in terms of like the brand. You know, I remember going back at home and I was like, I canceled everything. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not coming in tomorrow. I'm done, because you're not paying me. You know, some big companies will tell you, you know, they're adding value to your business, or they're bigger than you and stuff like that. I have realized you can work for your brand and actually be big, just as big as them, and, you know, just dictate your terms. Yeah.
So now, you've, again, like I said, the time duration you've been in this is very important. You've been in this 12 years, running Makeup by Rose. It's only most recently that you diversified into
Yes.
Ella Beauty.
Yes.
A lot of entrepreneurs usually will go into right away. When they start to make a little money, they'll say, okay, I'm ready now to start this other next business. Entrepreneurs are always ready to reach out for the next thing. From your own experience, and on an advisory note, when would you say is the best time to make that decision? You know what, now let me spread my wings, let me try out.
So from a point of experience, I have worked with over 15 different brands, both local and international. And I have seen friends being auctioned. I have seen friends selling out because they made a mistake. Like for me, people kept telling me, Rose, why are you making so much money for other companies? You know, for me, I needed to learn the ropes. You see, like I've started my own skincare and it's just going out of stock every other week. And I thank God, because number one, the one thing that I realized, you need to build your name and your business first. You need to package yourself as a product, let people believe that product, buy it first, you understand? And then later bring on other stuff, and people will not even ask questions. You understand? So people are in the business for the money. I am not in it for the money. Of course, the money pays my bills, but number one, I have the passion. So I needed to get the experience in terms of like, how is a product made? Like, how do you make a lipstick and stuff like that? So for me, I've involved dermatologists, chemists, manufacturers from different countries. So like my makeup is coming from Florida. Most people go to China.
Yeah.
You understand? So
Yes.
it's taken me the longest time. So like my skincare, some of it is local, some of it from outside.
Right.
So like makeup, no way. I don't hate China. China is a good country.
But we also know about China on the other side.
And you know, slapping your name on products, I am not for that. For me, my product has to be from scratch, because at the end of the day, people are going to relate my product to me. So it needs to work 100%. So the one advice that I would give to entrepreneurs, please take your time. You know, any business is like a ladder, step by step. If you miss any step, you might end up falling down or breaking your leg. Step by step, that's how you learn. And then look, number one, get a mentor. Like for me, there's so many people that I look up to, like Susie Wakabi. I was the head of makeup at Susie Beauty for like 3 years. I've worked with Pauline Cosmetics as a marketer for some big brands from outside as a marketer, you know, and as an influencer. So I learned from them. Like I'll ask them, how do you make this? Who do you work with? What works? Like I've seen like Susie Beauty crying. You know, she's an amazing woman, an entrepreneur. And I would ask her, why are you crying? You know, you have a very big brand. She'd be like, the manufacturer did this and that. The whole shipment came, everything was broken. So I've learned from people. So the other thing, do not trust yourself 100%. Learn from other people. No one grows by themselves. You have to grow by, you know, even following other people that are doing the same thing. So for me, I have grown from looking at people like Susie Wakabi and the way she's successful, the way she's started a very strong brand and stuff like that. Like even today, I will call her and we have coffee and I'm like, Susie, I'm going through this. Can you tell me what to do?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. You've been there. You know, you need a mentor.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Rose, thank you very, very much for joining us today on Entrepreneurs Lounge. I'm very sure, 100%, your story has touched a standard 4 child out there, a high school girl out there, a university girl out there who's trying to make it into this industry, but they don't know what they're doing. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate you. I now have to take a very quick break, but I'll be back with so much more on Entrepreneurs Lounge and my second guest. Keep it right here. Welcome back to Entrepreneurs Lounge. My second guest is Eric Onyango, Director of Ose Cleaners, a professional cleaning service. You're very welcome to the show, Eric.
I consider myself fortunate to be here.
Thank you very much for coming. I like that. Ose Cleaners, what do you do?
We are a professional cleaning services that offer top-notch cleaning services with team. We try to deliver value through waterless cleaning services. We have been in business for the past 10 years, and so far so good. And also we can say that the business, there's a bright future of cleaning business. And we consider that Nairobi faces challenge of water scarcity. And we saw that people are now avoiding to clean the items as frequent because of the water shortage. And we saw the need, and we say that it is time for us to offer the solution of using very little water to offer the cleaning services.
How did you get into this space?
Of cleaning services.
Yes, how did you come up with this idea? How did you decide, you know what, let me start up a professional cleaning business? Because like usually in African countries, people can elicit the help of, you know, someone to come help you out at home to clean. So it's one of those things where you rarely will see someone decide, oh, let me come up with a professional cleaning service. How did this idea come to you?
I was motivated because of 3 reasons. First of all, I was working in airport for a very long time. Our family, majority of people in our family are working in airport. So I saw I need to be different. I need to try something new and something with myself. So I decided that let me try to do a business. And I was trying to look at what business can I do. And I saw a gap because I live in Embakasi.
Okay.
And you know Embakasi, there is the Nyayo estate, the second largest estate in Africa. And I saw the need. Those people, they have carpet, they have sofa sets, and they will require those services. And I saw this is the best place to start with. And that's how I began the cleaning services. And my third reason was because of the desire. I'm a local leader in my place. I saw so many youths, they are indulging in alcoholism, and their life is being destroyed. And we saw the need to help them. So I saw when I start a business, at least I can employ some, and they can be busy in doing income-generating activities rather than going to drink. So that's how I began the services of cleaning.
Right, so you saw a gap, you wanted to help the people, and then you are living in an area where you obviously saw like people needed this service. Now my question is, when it came to the marketing front, when it came to sourcing the clientele, because again, I go back to the mindset of the people. I'll hire someone to come in and do this for me, you know, at almost a tenth of the cost. How did you go about marketing your business and convincing people that, you know what, you need Ose Cleaners to help you do this?
I usually use social media, also word of mouth. You know, as an entrepreneur, you need to talk. So every time I sell my business, I try to tell them what I do and the differentiator and our uniqueness of what we offer. And also we tell them about our prices. They are very much friendly. And also what we use, because we use eco-friendly detergents which are very friendly on fabrics and also on skin. So when we tell people about what we do, a good number of people, they buy to idea and give us the job.
Right, I like that. 10 years into this, I really want to hear about the journey. Because you started out small by sourcing your people in the locale in which you lived. So talk to me about where the journey started to where you are now 10 years into it.
The journey has been interesting.
Tell me about it.
As I say that I came from aviation industry. They are a bit different.
Very different.
But the good thing is that I learned processes while working with. I work both in Kenya and Qatar. Okay. So first it was not that easy because you can imagine a family whereby everybody expects you to be in Qatar earning good money. There are a lot of privileges. Air tickets, there are good accommodation. So you are just resigning and coming back to start something that you have not even tried. You don't know much about it. So first, the family, they were saying like, you are unthinkable. What you are doing, you don't know yourself. Maybe you are losing yourself. And accepting it was a challenge. So I decided just nothing is impossible to a willing heart. I just have to push myself in it, try to give my best. So every time I knew that you don't have a second chance to impress. So for the 10 years, I've been trying to push my product, my services. You know, service and goods, they're a bit different. In service, you sell experience, whereby you need to delight people so that they come again.
Back, yeah.
And also they may refer you to their friends. So you have to give the best. And you know that the excellence is in the details. So you give everything, your A game, every day. So for the 10 years, I've been trying to make sure that people know what I'm selling. Because they say that if you have good thing, let people know. So I try every time to use social media, e-commerce platform. I try also to market in exhibitions. The other day I was here at Service Center, KICC, and also I write articles about what we do, about the good practice, the standard operation procedures of cleaning. I also tell people, because I'm also a business mentor, and also I perform. I'm an artist. So everywhere I go, I ensure that I tell people about what I do. And people, when they hear that you are offering cleaning services without water, they get attracted. They want to know more. What are you doing? How are you doing it? And this helps me to sell myself.
You're obviously doing a lot of things. So how do you manage that work-life balance? How do you manage to do everything you have to do on the professional front and yet still have some time to, spend with yourself, spend with your family? How does that happen? Because that's where, when you talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, they'll tell you that's where they struggle.
Thank you very much for that question. I'm a project manager by profession, alumni of College of North Atlantic in Qatar.
Okay.
And when you look at that course, bulk of it is planning. It's about planning yourself, your schedule, and you find that it has really helped me a lot because I know what I need to do at a particular time, and also I need to prioritize my activities. I know this one will add value to me, this one will add value to my family because I just married the other day. And so I need to give my wife the best time.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much. So I have to balance a lot. And also you find that there are so many responsibilities of community, of church, and everywhere.
Right.
So I look at what is required at a particular time. And also you know that there are things which does not have much impact. So you consider some things. Even the Bible says not everything is permissible, it's beneficial.
Right.
So you look at what will benefit you, what will add value to you. And also there's someone who say that your money is for others. Power is temporary. Your reputation is eternal. And your health is your own. So when you look at all those four, you consider that you need to balance your health. You need to be healthy. So you need also to find time also to work on yourself. You need also, because we are looking for money for our families, for others. And also, we have to know that what will increase our reputation, what will make us to at least to have a name for ourselves. And also we know that the time, power, what we have now is temporary. Right. So we have to maximize what we have at any given time.
10 years in this business, that's quite the journey. And I'm sure you've gone through so many things, from positives to negatives. While on this journey of 10 years, what has been your greatest challenge, which actually translated into your biggest lesson?
The challenge, first of all, is the capital. You know, we are competing with industry whereby there are people with heavy investment. They have superior equipment, state of the art. So you find that getting those equipment has been a challenge. And we have been trying every now and then to look for money through the revenue streams so that we can buy the equipment. that are relevant and that can deliver and can meet the ever-increasing demand of our services. Another challenge that we face is the cheap and professional service providers. You know, we are in a country whereby everybody believes they can be entrepreneurs. People believe they can do. If you are doing, we are in a copycatting system.
Right. People
Whereby-
just duplicate the next idea and it goes on and on.
Yes. So you find that there are people sometimes you can go, they do the same services, they do it at a very low price. And you find that they destroy the reputation of the cleaning business because some even destroy the fabrics of clients. So when you go, they think that you are like the other one. Because like ourselves, we don't use brush in scrubbing. So you find that them, they use brush. At a given time, the things have been destroyed, the fabrics. And also you find that there are people, they don't know that everything is an art. Even the way you clean is an art. That's how you should do it. So people, they just look for, because of the desire of having money, they just accept the work. And they do a shoddy work, and now it becomes a problem. So everybody knows that these people, when you call them, unless you are well established, like the top companies, they know that maybe you'll not perform.
So it reflects badly on you.
Yes. So you have to try and you strive to please because they have a certain perception. So it becomes a challenge for you. And the good thing is we delight our clients. Yeah. When you give us work,
you give it the very best.
Yes. We know that when I'm making relationship, anytime I'm offering my services. So when I offer my service, I know that tomorrow you will call me, and that is my desire. That's why every now and then we try to give our best.
Now, on the same front, what would you say, again, still on this 10-year journey, is your greatest achievement, your most proud moment?
The journey has been good, as I said earlier. The business is getting better. The revenue, there at least something good. Like through the revenue, I was able to pay dowry and also to do a wedding and also to do a lot of things. And also, I've been nominated in various awards.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Like 254 Entrepreneurship Award going on 29th at KICC. I stand a good chance.
Of course.
Also, I've been nominated in Youth Citizen Awards. Voting is ongoing. So I feel those are recognition.
Of course.
And there are a lot of, so many nominations. Last year I was a finalist at Get in the Ring entrepreneurship competition. Also, 2017 I was accepted in Adansoni Acceleration Program. It's an initiative of Bocconi University. So I see and there are so many that time cannot allow us to mention each and each. And we find that those recognition really motivates me and makes me to push harder. And I know that people are seeing what I do. And also I've been invited also to offer our services at big events, conferences, and you find that it gives me much joy. People are knowing what I do, and they are really appreciating. Because, you know, our market, we target middle class to upper class. And you find that they are the one who are organizing this. So when they find our services are required, they recommend me very fast. And sometimes even their capacity is just too much that I say, no, this one I can't.
Oh, wow.
And it's
You're even turning down some jobs.
Yes.
You're doing amazing, Eric.
Because I value my reputation rather than doing what you cannot.
Accepting and then you just fail at it.
Yes, because when I was under mentors, there are things they usually say, tough love, whereby you have some time to speak the truth.
Mm-hmm. You're doing a very good job. Now, Eric, in terms of the dream, what is the dream? Where do you want to see Ose Cleaners 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 2 years from now? What's your vision? What's your goal?
My number one goal is first to increase our market share to somewhere like 80%. whereby when we go to these institutions, we are the one offering our services. Number two, I would like us to scale also to other countries like Rwanda, Tanzania, the nearby countries. And also I would like us to have a 0%, whereby we use zero water in cleaning services.
Yeah.
And I believe it can be achieved.
With the information and knowledge you've gained over these, years that you've been doing this business, what would you do differently in order to help your organization succeed much faster? Like, what would you change in between that, you did then, and you're like, no, that's not how I should have handled things. This is what I should have done instead.
Attracting or collecting talents, hiring the best minds. Sometimes us entrepreneurs, we behave like we know it all. We want to push everything by ourselves. So nowadays I've been trying to take services of professionals, and I'm seeing it's really working. Because there was a time I was doing the marketing by myself, sometimes the accounts and everything, bookkeeping. But now at least I invite people with that background, and they come and they help us in doing things professionally. And I'm seeing yielding fruits.
You're doing a very, very good job, Eric, at just helping people out with their homes, and your business is a model that's very different, but it's definitely working for you, and I really wish you all the best in everything we do. I have to take a very quick break right now, but do not go anywhere, because when I come back, I'll be right back with the quick fire round. Welcome back to Entrepreneurs Lounge, and you're just in time for our quick fire round. Now, Rose, Eric, this is our most coveted round on the show. Actually, we did a Synovet Will Paul, and we discovered that just during this particular segment, the ratings shoot really, really high. So no pressure, but the whole country is watching right now. So in this quick fire round, I ask 5 general questions with the hope that one of you will know the answer. So the person who knows the answer, don't wait to be cued, just scream out the right answer. Each correct answer earns you a point. At the end of the round, the person with the most correct answers earns the bragging rights of being called our quick fire round winner. If you feel like it's too much for you and it's so hot and you're really stuck, you're allowed to ask me for clues, but I won't be too obvious. Any questions? Okay. You ready?
Yes.
We're going right now. Quick fire question number 1. Which African country is sandwiched between Ghana and Benin?
Nigeria?
No, it's a French-speaking country. Which African country is sandwiched between Ghana and Benin? Usually when people talk about Benin, they'll talk about another country. It's an African French-speaking country. Starts with a T.
But there are many French.
Starts with a T. Yes. Rose, while you're still talking about there are many French. Eric's like, listen, it's Togo. It is Togo. Rose, I'm on your team, so you need to do better than
You know me, I'm all about
You need
makeup
to do
now.
better than ask too many questions. Just reach
No,
out to
I was waiting for one of your guys to give me the answer. Okay, I am.
Okay, wait, maybe the next question. So a point to Eric. Rose, this one is yours, the next one. Question number 2. Which country is the island of Zanzibar a part of?
Tanzania.
Yes! Rose! Should I give it, or should I say answer after 5 seconds? I want this for you. Zanzibar.
I was really bad in school. Me, I just wanted
No,
makeup.
you got this, girl. You're so beautiful. You're doing so well. You're so successful.
Ask another one.
Okay, 3rd one. I like how you haven't given up yet. Question number 3. Rose, this one is yours. And don't be so quick. Also, come on. Be a gentleman. Question number 3. Which woman was sentenced to 6 years in jail after the murder of Stompey Seipei? I'll give you a clue. She's come on, be a gentleman. She's the former wife of South Africa's most famous...
Winnie Mandela.
Yes! She earned that.
I saw the documentary.
The answer is Winnie Mandela. A point to Rose, 2 points to Eric. How many questions do we have? We have 2 more. So you have a chance to still win this.
Okay. Eric, be a gentleman.
Yes.
Remember that.
Question number 4. Who was Zambia's first president? He's a famous one. Who was Zambia's first president?
Mazrui?
No.
Who is?
Who was Zambia's first president? His first name is Kenneth.
Kenneth Counter?
Yes. It is Kenneth Kaunda.
Okay, I'm so bad in this, just like I'm so bad in politics. I don't know.
Hopefully,
Okay, I
this
don't
one.
know.
I know, at least you haven't gone with 0, so you're doing well. There are people who live here with 0, so you're doing really, really well. Okay, fine. 4 points for Eric, a point for Rose. Final question, and the question that's going to make me announce our winner for today. What can you find on the Wall Street? You know Wall Street in America? What will you find? I'll give you options. The White House, the New York Stock Exchange.
The New York Stock.
That's it! It is the New York Stock Exchange. 3 points for Eric, 2 points for Rose. It wasn't a it wasn't a landslide victory.
It was a stiff
so you can see, it was very stiff, by the way. But Eric, you are our week's quick fire round winner. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You didn't do too badly. I'm sure the people instead, I had someone guessing really, really wrong answers. I won't say
I know, he was
who.
just about to throw me off, Kabisa.
Answering really, really wrong things, so I don't feel bad. Well, that's all we had for you today on our quick fire round, and that's all we had for you today as well on our Entrepreneurs Lounge. Do come back next week, same time, same place. Metropole TV, 7:30 p.m. I'm your host, Ingrid Nantege.